So, hello everybody, and welcome to Group S. This is Phaaze versus Telethar, and it will be an Ambrosia seed. This is the last game for both Phaaze and Telethar. They are both on 3 wins. If either of them, whichever one gets the win here tonight, is determined to go through in either first or second. The person in third, who I will double check their name, they are on 2 wins, 2 losses with 2 to play.
All right. This is going to be an exciting match. Ambrosia.
Yeah, I'm joined by Careless Rex.
Yes,
Hello,
I'm
how
here
are you?
too. Hello, I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today, Goran?
I'm good. I wasn't lost in thought there. I promise.
Perfectly fine.
I respect you being here. I enjoy your company.
I was not at all worried or upset, so we're good. You're going to get some angry DMs from me later, Goran. How dare you? No. All right, that's pretty good.
How many? No, well, I'll stop asking. The person in third place is Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna with 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 to go. So if Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna gets 2 wins, that will put Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna at 4, which will be the same as either Phaaze or Telethar tonight.
Yeah, it looks like things are pretty close in this group. So this is a pretty high stakes match for these two.
Yeah, definitely. So Careless Rex, this is Ambrosia. Do you want to go on about what Ambrosia is?
Yeah, I can give a brief explanation. It's very similar to a standard, except you get a boots hint on where the boots are going to be, which we now know is in the Dark World. And the bosses are guaranteed to have an item on them. And so we're going to see a very standard opening. Both are going to be doing escape because that's just how this one works. It's not an open seed where they can just go wherever they want at the beginning. So it's going to look very standard, but the big difference is that the bosses are guaranteed to have an item, and that can have some interesting implications later on.
Yep, and these runners are both going into the front of escape, both seeing the uncle who has a lot of love for him at the moment.
Yep, we've got a very, very healthy seed so far. We're gonna see what's Oh, glove! Ooh. Oh my god! Okay, that's a good find early on. Now we just need we need some bombs so we can get through that door. It's always rough when you have to skip that when you're doing escape.
Both Phaaze and Telethar going past the possible tree pull there.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a tree pull there. Now that could have been bombs. I'm surprised neither one of them pulled.
I mean, you never know. Anyways, the only thing other to do with Ambrosia is that the runners start with the sword. Also in Ambrosia, because this is closed, i.e. you have to go through the front of escape, both our runners will have a pseudo lamp, i.e. they'll have a lamp for the escape sequence, but of course the lamp won't appear anywhere else.
Yes, now I mean there's a very rare chance they'll see the lamp here when they rescue Zelda, but it's important to note that you will, even though technically they don't have the lamp, they'll be able to see in the dark rooms because it'll act like they do. But that doesn't mean that other dark rooms in the future will be in logic. They're gonna assume that you don't have the lamp yet. It's gonna be dark, and they're not gonna be able to see. So they're still gonna want to find that lamp.
So Telethar about to make his way to Boomerang Chest, and it's the Quake.
Oh, not a lot of junk items up front. Now that's a possible needed medallion. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we'll need to see if Misery Maya and Turtle Rock are pendants or crystals, and we'll need to see what exactly they need. Telethar giving a few slashes on the green guard, and then going for the main guard here, both using sword slashes, and they get the big key for Hyrule Castle, and 20 rupees in Zelda Cell.
All right, a decent reward. I would have expected a little bit more for rescuing a princess, but sure, 20 bucks will do.
I was hoping more 300. But,
yeah, you're like, I gotta go check Zora later. Okay, so maybe pay up a little bit. I am saving your life after all, Zelda.
Maybe Zora can rescue the princess. Maybe that's something that you can get for 500 rupees.
Yeah, you know what? Have him go do it then, Zelda, if you're going to be a cheapskate.
Definitely. So Telethar and Phaaze are both making their way up to the back of the scape. All of this is basically execution at this point, showing how good both of our runners are. Yeah,
typically you'll see about anywhere between like 6 to 7 minutes for an escape, depending on the situation. These runners are going to be able to execute that pretty well, though Telethar looks like he's slightly in the lead by a few seconds, maybe.
Yeah. Execution can go ahead and behind like that, so we'll just have to see. The main thing to see from here is that their execution is good, and they're both near the same, so this game will probably just go down to which checks do they do. Do they orphan checks? What happens in the seed? Because one orphan check, that could mean a lot.
It could have very serious implications, but that's what's so great about the randomizers is, if they're doing a vanilla race and you're watching them all do the same things at the same exact time, it can be pretty clear early on, like, this person's about a minute ahead now, because it all comes down to execution. And if one person's doing the execution better, then they're going to clearly take the lead. But here, the entire race, you can have no idea who's in the lead because it's a randomizer. And that's what I love about it.
Yep. I was about to say, talking about orphan checks, Telethar did kill one of the rats, did get it. There was a bomb on the screen, but didn't pick it up.
Oh, it looks like both have a bomb, at least one. So.
Yeah. Telethar picked up a bomb once I was about to say that, so they're definitely going to see the 3 checks at the back of Escape. And the 3 checks are... Number 1, the myth.
God.
Number 2, a map. And number 3, 3 bombs.
Wow.
That bomb, really big tonight.
Have we seen the compass yet? I can't remember if we've seen it, because if not, I'm pretty sure that means the compass is in his chest, which means that they can skip it and maybe save a few frames. But I'm not sure if we've seen it or not. Oh, Castle doesn't have compass. Okay. So we're gonna pick up half magic here.
Yep. Well, this seed is turning out to be quite magical, so
yes, it's gonna be. There you go. They're gonna need it with all the magic oozing out of them right now. Both runners performing wonderfully.
Phaaze did do a map check. Telethar did not. We'll see, and it's showing on our tracker. Thank you very much to our tracker, Made Walk Heard, that it's a pendant in Eastern Palace and crystals in Desert Palace and Tower of Hera. And both are ending up in the Lost Woods.
Yeah, incredible, because I didn't even see it happen. Those map checks go so quickly. So neither runner checked what was on the Lumberjack ledge, Lumberjack Cave. So we don't know that yet, but they're going to do your standard Lost Woods checks here. We're going to get a tree pull again. 20.
Yep. The tree pull being 20 rupees and 20 rupees being on the Lost Woods drop down. So a lot of money tonight.
Yeah, which is perfect when you're heading into Kakariko Village, because you have enough money for the bottle vendor. The only thing you're looking for now is an actual bottle, so you can check Sick Kid and not have to worry about that later.
I mean, hope for what? Hammer and powder do magic that quite early.
That'd be nice. There could be some really generous things this seed could do. Yeah, you're right. Also, here's your Dark World access, and here's Moon Pearl, and here's Mirror. It's got to do all of Village of Outcasts now, too. That'd be really convenient.
Telethar checking the 4 checks. 5 rupees, a full heart, 20 rupees, and 3 bombs.
Yeah, we Blind's Hut coming up empty here.
Only a Moon Pearl from Dark World access. And then 1 rupee. Actually, I think Smith's Chain... I don't know if you can have Smith's Chain as a bunny. I think you might be able to. Chat,
yeah,
can you verify on that? Oh yes, and yeah, Boots are in Dark World. Both our runners making their way to Kakariko Well. 5 checks here. 20 rupees.
So far, Kakariko being pretty empty compared to Castle.
20 rupees.
Oh,
the Master
Sword upgrade. Let's go.
A piece of heart and a full heart container.
Okay.
It's Sword Kariko.
Sword Kariko. We're gonna have to change the wiki now. Perfect name for it. Okay, just bombs on bottle vendor. Bomble vendor. Ha, got him. That was a good one.
So both Phaaze and Telethar going to check Chicken Hut. And it's a bottle!
Yes, we need that.
You predicted it.
Yeah.
Stick Kid, here we come.
I am known in some circles as a psychic careless Rex, so... It's not true. But...
You're known in more circles now.
Yeah.
Sick Kid giving a piece of heart.
Okay, so it wasn't all that important, but nice to get that check out of the way so it's not in the back of their mind.
Yeah. So Telethar's going down to the back of bar, and this giving the hammer.
Oh, my goodness, we just need some Moon Pearl.
And Telethar making his way to South Kakariko, going to be cutting all the bushes and getting a few rupees as a reward, whilst Phaaze just goes down the front.
Yeah, what's your opinion? Which one's the best, to go around back or go around front?
I personally wouldn't know. 20 rupees being on library, by the way. And Telethar checking the map, and we will see what's on race game, as both are checking. It's the red boomerang.
My favorite item. It's going to be left alone. That neither runner cares about red boomerang.
Both these runners, I don't know what to say. You heard it here first. Careless Rex loves the red boomerang.
I love red boomerang with all of my heart.
These runners just didn't pick it up.
Yes.
But both runners going to... It seems like Phaaze is going to Mini Moldorm Cave, whilst Telethar is going to the dam.
Okay, some slight divergence here.
And 20 rupees in the first chest in the dam. Phaaze is going into Mini Moldorm Cave, using sword beams in order to defeat them. They are all dropping bombs at the moment. So 10 arrows, 3 bombs.
There's our mirror. You know, I was going to say that this Mini Moldorm Cave is the true Hype Cave. Hype Cave is not really Hype Cave. Oh, is that Ice Rod there?
Yes, that is the Ice Rod on the dam draining.
We're getting a lot of lovely items here. So no Ice Rod hunt today. It's probably going to be a something else hunt today. So Phaaze did not do the dam yet, so won't have his Ice Rod just yet, but I don't think that's going to lock him out of anything, so he can go back and get that at any time. Route that in with literally anything else that brings him down here.
Now, I think the question would be, with that mirror, with those gloves, it's out of logic, but do you do Death Mountain?
Oh, that's a good question. I think you'd probably want to delay it until you get Hookshot, but it is a tempting thing. If items start to dry up, you might see them do that, because I don't know what's better. Like, if you don't find your bow or a book or something, then that becomes more of an attractive play to go up to Death Mountain, because over dipping into Eastern. But then again, there might be more checks in Eastern. I'm not sure.
So
Available.
10 arrows being an Ice Rock Cave, and Phaaze is going up the mountain now.
Yeah.
Saved and quit, going up the mountain.
Seems like they're going to take your advice and check this mountain out.
Disclaimer, they can hear us as commentators.
Oh, yes. just in case that wasn't clear. I didn't even realize.
Full disclaimer.
I didn't realize how that could have been construed. Like, yeah, just so you know, they're not listening to us.
If they were listening to us, this seed would be 4 hours long.
Yeah, my gosh, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks to Hashrala bot that they aren't.
Yeah. Yep.
So the old man is giving 10 arrows, and Telethar is making his way to Sahasrahla.
Yep. We will see what the right play was in just a few minutes. Because we're going to get the Saha check, of course, and we're going to get the mountain checks here. Yep. So who made the right decision?
Somebody is blowing up Sahasrahla's house again for a piece of heart and the Cane of Samaria.
Cane of Samaria is going to be very helpful. And yeah, they also have, to confirm, because I'm seeing somebody ask in chat, Zora is technically in logic, yeah. So
yes.
That's an option for them as well. Though without the flippers, you might want to avoid that, unless you're going to do fake flippers, just because you don't want to orphan that fairy fountain cave. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's kind of hard to do. And then that makes Zora more of an out-of-the-way check.
Okay, so a few things to put by here. First of all, Phaaze did a check of the Dark World. Pendants would be Palace of Darkness and Swamp Palace. And Phaaze is now in Tower of Hera, whilst Telethar is in Eastern Palace, getting that big key.
Yeah, that early big key. It's gonna... We might see him just skip that other side then. Well, he can't... you can't finish it because you need a bow to beat the red Igors.
Phaaze gets the small key, goes, I can't do anything at the bottom of Tower of Hera,
because you can't
get out of there.
Yeah, you can't light those lamps, so he's kind of done. And without hook shot, I don't think you're going to be able to Hera pot to check anything else.
Yeah, Telethar checked his second item. I did not see it. Did you see what that was, Rex?
No, I didn't.
Well, we might see on the tracker sometime. And if you chat, no, please tell us. Phaaze is making his way down Spiral Cave, whilst Telethar is making his way to Stalfo's room. And our tracker
was on Floating Island.
Yes.
It seems. Okay. And then the map was in the chest we're going to see here. We got map and compass. And of course, there is a guaranteed item on the boss because of Ambrosia, but the unfortunate thing is we can't get back there unless we're going to magically find the bow.
So, Blue Mail was on Spiral Cave, and there's the lamp!
Oh!
That's everything logical. Go to EP first, get your lamp,
and then go to Death Mountain for sure.
That's the logic.
That's what the game wants you to do, for sure. And get your Cane of Samaria and Saha on the way. There's a hook shot. Oh my god, so the hook shot was on the mountain. They want you to get your hammer, which they both got, and then they want you to go the long way around to get your hook shot. Okay. All right, Seed, I see you.
So 5 more checks, 20 rupees. The bug net, 20 rupees, and 2 more checks here, which are a piece of heart and the moon pearl.
And there's our moon pearl. We needed that. So now Phaaze has complete Dark World access. And by complete, I mean they can actually check the chests. But I'm pretty sure they're with the hook shot now. They can also get, and the hammer, they can get everywhere they need to. And so, yeah, Telethar definitely gonna go check them out now, too, with that nudge from the lamp, I'm sure, and the limited options. And
So,
now we're gonna get possibly a lumberjack ledge or lumberjack cave check here. So we'll see if Aghanim is required or not. And Pet is still alive, technically. Who knows? Who knows? Fingers crossed. Is that a flute? I believe that was the flute in the lumberjack.
oh gosh. I didn't see it. I'm focusing on Phaaze in Super Bunny Cave, and that's 40 rupees.
Okay. So yeah, flute was on the lumberjack cave. So that means Aga is going to be required here. Because I did we get a check on Misery Mire? I'm pretty sure that we're still gonna need flute.
Sorry, Misery Mire is definitely a crystal, to clarify. Okay. Phaaze is making his way through Hookshot Cave with the hookshot, and there's the boots.
That's a good find.
3 more checks, 20 rupees, 3 bombs, and a full heart container. Those boots, definitely nice to see early on at 19 minutes.
Absolutely, and I would imagine Telethar's going to make very similar routing decisions once he gets all the same things that Phaaze has, which he'll be doing shortly. And we're going to see him get this. Phaaze going to pick up this book here. Oh, I thought he was going to jump down by accident. I was like, no. So no, Phaaze, don't do it.
Phaaze is getting the book. But yes, tonight, it's an Aga seed.
It is. And so the only thing that can make this better is if Ped is alive. We'll see what's on pedestal.
Well, we'll see. And TR being wake, as by what chat is saying. So that's not good.
An important distinction here, too, is Telethar Turtle Rock is going to be possibly available, right? I didn't see what medallion was needed to open it. But Telethar made the play to go to Eastern first, which he was able to get his Cane of Samaria, so he might decide to go into Turtle Rock if that's available to him.
So the rando giveth and the rando taketh away.
Absolutely.
Phaaze got the bow. Okay. The bow giving the power to finish Eastern Palace that Telethar couldn't do. But the lamp is in the Eastern Palace big chest. That means that Phaaze cannot do the big chest in Tower of Hera without that lamp.
Okay. So wait, what was the better play then in this case? Was the better play to go to Eastern first, or there's no way to know.
They're both good.
Yeah, they were both the right decision. We'll say that.
Telling us what's in the basement, and we did know it was the big key. So
yes, yeah. So Telethar not going to. Yeah, Telethar is not going to Herapod because he doesn't have his hook shot, and so he's going to be doing things the long way.
And here we have Moldorm, the boss of Tower of Hera.
The boss where nothing could ever go wrong. He's known for just always going smoothly and not giving any runners any problems.
And that went really smoothly and did not give Phaaze any problems.
Well done, Phaaze.
Yeah, definitely very done. For 50 rupees. So we haven't seen an item. Telethar giving the bomb jump. What is in the big chest? Just a piece of heart.
A piece of heart. So
going to Eastern Palace only just gives some love.
Indeed, and we're going to see them both pick up their crystal here, though. Phaaze now technically a crystal ahead. Still anybody's race here.
So Phaaze, are you doing it? Yes. Phaaze is going to be checking Spike Cave with that hook shot.
This is a bold Spike Cave, but it's in logic, though, I believe, with the bottle, half magic, and maybe it's in logic. I'm not sure, but they definitely have everything they need to get there. It's going to be a close call, though. It's
I'm
not in
not.
logic. No.
I'm not. Okay, thank you, chat. I
Not
think that
logic, but doable. Okay, yeah. The
for 5
one thing we were
rupees.
missing for logic, Spike Cave logic, was invulnerability. So Cape or Cane of Burna.
Mm. The question is, would you do Spike Cave for 5 rupees? I don't think I would. If I knew.
Absolutely. I'm hungry. I need to go down to Taco Bell, pick up a few things. So yeah, I'm definitely braving Spike Cave for a chalupa.
Telethar checking the floating island that is the book. Phaaze is checking Bonkrots, and Bonkrots is 5 rupees.
Man,
So
okay.
it was 20 rupees before. Now it's 5 rupees. The rest of the chests we get will probably be 1 rupee.
Yeah. It's tired of giving us money, it seems. Telethar soon to pick up his hook shot and book and all these other lovely things here in just a few when he gets to Paradox Cave and checks the floating island and all that. And I believe Phaaze is now getting knowledge that Flute is on the Lumberjack. So we're definitely going to be seeing Aga.
This is where this mountain play, because of the seed, really pays off for Phaaze, because EP is one of the pendants. Phaaze will probably be getting that pendant and the lamp very quickly due to boots as well, so it definitely pays off this time. Phaaze is now going into Dark World. Can we get some hype? There are 5 checks here. This is Hype Cave. Let's see. I'm hoping both medallions. There you go.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm guessing there's going to be absolutely nothing in Hype Cave.
Oh, Piece of Heart.
Piece of Heart.
Absolutely nothing. 3 bombs. The Cane of Burner. 3 bombs and 20 rupees.
Okay. The Cane of Burner's kind of nice if you want to cheese some bosses, or you want to put Spike Cave in logic that's already been finished by Phaaze.
That's good. Definitely good. I definitely won that one. Definitely.
Oh, sure.
We'll take it as a win.
I'll let you have this one. Okay, Corin, you can have it.
Phaaze is making his way to Stumpy, whilst Telethar is, going to open up Turtle Rock. Yeah. And Phaaze getting 10 arrows.
10 arrows on the Stumpy.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we have mirrors. Okay, 45.
Yeah.
Makes sense to do this stuff now.
Yep, Phaaze checking K45, just a piece of art. So with Telethar opening up Turtle Rock, this may be a very short dungeon dip, in the sense that if there isn't a key on the first chest, Telethar going to Hookshot Cave first.
Yes.
I shouldn't say anything.
Telethar saying, Goron, you don't know me, okay? All right?
He didn't even go to Hookshot Cave. He's going to Super Bunny Cave. I should say nothing. Phaaze is definitely doing digging game. That is what he's doing. 20 rupees
you can't get
in
this
Super
one wrong,
Bunny
Goron,
Cave. And another 20 rupees in Super Bunny Cave. 3
now, we
bombs
do
on
need
the cave.
Telethar to go to Hookshot Cave, because he's going to need to pick up those boots. So Telethar, he's going to be doing that now, though, I bet.
You bet. Are you certain?
I am 100% confident.
Right now
as he walks into it.
So Phaaze is going to now be doing Smith Chain, and Telethar's getting those boots. So also hammer pegs, Phaaze can do, and Phaaze is doing that right now.
It's pretty nice routing for Phaaze. It's working out where he can just consolidate all of these checks. Makes sense to do them on your way.
Oh yeah, I do want to clarify, because I just noticed I messed it up in my head. This is an Aga seed, not a necessary ped seed, so Phaaze does not need to go into Eastern Palace.
No.
So my apologies, everybody.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even catch that. But yes. Now we still don't know, because we haven't had a ped check, but
Yeah.
The dream is still alive in our hearts. That pedestal is required.
So Phaaze, not picking up the purple chest yet, is going to go into Village of Outcasts, and Telethar is making his way into Turtle Rock. And we'll see if this is a key. If it is not, Telethar cannot proceed. And the brewery has, on Phase's side, the Tempered Sword, whilst Telethar picks up a key. You can move on, Telethar. You can go further in the dungeon.
Yeah, because unfortunately, without that fire rod, you're not going to be able to light those torches to get into the back of that one room that has 2 more chests in it. So he's going to use that key to continue on into the dungeon.
Yeah, nothing being on chess game. So Phaaze is going to be going through Thieves Town. Phaaze does have the hammer, so yeah, all of Thieves Town should be in play. Gets the big key out of the first chest.
So it remains to be seen if there was something important in Turtle Rock, because Telethar picked up the mushroom. So we're not sure what that leads to yet, but I'm sure it's going to be well worth the time investment of going into Turtle Rock.
So Telethar going to be checking Ether now.
That's where he'll get his bow, right?
Yes, that's where he'll get his bow. So Phaaze now getting 50 rupees from the third chest in Thieves Town. And the fourth has the small key. So is Phaaze going to back? It seems like he is.
Yeah, I think you have everything you need to complete this dungeon, so we might just see him clear it out. And since it is a crystal, you need that anyway.
So Telethar, is this the Aga play? Both Phaaze and Telethar know that Aga is required. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, you know what? I like the rushing Aga play right here. Even though he has Hype Cave, he has lots of checks in Dark World. I like this because you know you need to get it done anyway, and maybe there's something behind Flute that you possibly your opponent hasn't done or put off.
So, whilst Telethar is making the climb, Phaaze is making the climb to the first floor of Thieves Town.
Many climbs happening here today live.
Definitely. To find the great light that shall turn blind from a maiden to, well, I don't know what blind is. It's
a good question.
There is a piece
some sort of demonic entity of some kind.
Hey, I still like to think that blind is beautiful.
It's what's on the inside, and
yeah, it really is.
The trying to kill me kind of, puts that kind of puts me off a little bit at blind. I don't like the whole trying to murder me part of that.
Yeah. That's so good. So Phaaze is now making his way to the basement of the sound. Telethar still making the climb. And since this is an Aga climb, chat, you can get in chat 1 to 15. How many blue balls will be in the Aga fight tonight?
Or the ever hopeful 0. Do you think it's
0?
I'm saying 0. There's not going to be a single blue ball.
You know what?
We see none.
Solidarity. I'm going to say 0 as well. Let's hope.
Let's manifest 0 for the runners.
So 100 rupees in the big chest.
Okay.
And Phaaze is making his way up to blind.
Should be able to make quick work of blind.
Yep, blind taking 9 hits. It doesn't matter what weapon you use. A lot of invulnerability items can help a little bit, so we'll see what Phaaze uses.
Yeah, it's not going to be a problem for Phaaze with everything that he's got, but yeah, it's going to take 9 hits. It's just unfortunate there's really no way around it. You got him 9 times, and that's the end of it.
Phaaze dodging quite well,
very good.
And
1
finishes
hit maybe?
blind. And now we will count Aga. 20 rupees on Blind, and that's Phaze's second crystal at 32 minutes and 38 seconds.
All right, that's
That's one.
one set of blue balls there.
I'll let you do it then. Okay. Too many commentators spoil the broth.
All right, 3 or 2.
It's 2.
Is it or 4? Is it? Maybe you should have done
It's 2. Okay, fine. I'll do it. 20 rupees in Sea House. I'll do it. It's fine. So this has a possibility. What is it? That's third one for Aghanim. In the meanwhile, Phaaze seems to be going into Skullwoods.
Yep.
So that's 4.
No fire rod makes Skullwoods a little bit awkward because there's an item on the boss, and Skullwoods has a couple items, so there's not much you can do here without that fire rod.
And that is 4 blue balls. And
wow,
Aghanim is down. Telethar gets to see the pyramid and gets the flute.
Yes, which is the big thing, because that's going to be lots of quick movement. So it definitely makes sense to do this as soon as possible. Oh,
Bombo's the first item in Skullwoods. So Skullwoods might be necessary for Misery Ma. I mean, it is because... Sorry, my mind. It is because it's a crystal. You kind of need crystals to get into GT, so...
Yes, that's true.
Just slightly.
We're definitely coming back. But Telethar having problems with his mirroring there. He had to go take a long way back around. That's got to be frustrating.
So Telethar soon to pick up his flute.
Flippers on bumper ledge. Okay.
Ooh.
We're going to need the cape now. For sure. And Telethar definitely going to come here and pick up his flute. This doing Aga makes a lot of sense because you're already going to be doing Village of Outcasts afterwards. You might as well have that flute to activate while you're there.
It's just mobility.
Yeah.
So Phaaze is now checking Graveyard Ledge, whilst Telethar has picked up the flute. Graveyard Ledge just being a piece of heart, and Phaaze doesn't want it today.
Yeah. Doesn't need it. He'd rather have the frames.
So, Phaaze is going to be checking King's Tomb. Is it the cape? Can it possibly be the cape?
Oh yeah, and there's a good point.
3 bombs.
Not vanilla cape, right? No, today. Not today. It's something important that I overlooked here is that Phaaze doesn't have the lamp, so Aga's not technically in logic for him. The reason the lamp, Telethar has the lamp is because he went into Eastern, and this is going to save him. This is going to save him a bit here because Phaaze is probably going to be putting off Eastern, though he can complete it now with that bow, so hopefully he doesn't put it off too long.
And it's the dreaded Pod Eastern combo of both being pendants.
Yeah.
If you're committing to one, you might be as well be committing to both, but there's still a few items that both the runners need, a few items that both runners would really like. Phaaze going to be checking Catfish, whilst Telethar is checking Maya Shed. That is 3 bombs and a piece of heart. And, we'll see what Maya is. Possibly was seen before. What was possibly Maya? Telethar going into Desert Palace, checking the ledge, and that is the cape.
Okay.
The cape is on ledge.
Yes, and I don't believe Telethar knows he needs the cape yet, but he's going to be really happy that he picked it up here.
Yep, so Phaaze trying to... I don't know this exact glitch, but trying to glitch into Waterfall Cave, decides not to at this time, and is just going to, pay King Zora. And
we haven't seen Zora yet. Phaaze is going to be the first one. Having problems there.
First chest in Desert Palace is the key. Sorry, the key. It's a small key.
Yes. And that's going to allow him inside of here.
Yep.
Have we seen what was on the lamp in Desert yet? Did he go in there?
No, we didn't see what was on the lamp.
Okay.
Just a piece of art on King Zora. And the first item in Desert Palace is a shield.
Shield, yeah.
Telethar going to the back.
Yeah, I think it's just going to rush because if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, there's only 2 items that you can
Yes,
get.
there
And
is.
since we know it's the second one's going to be on the boss, it makes sense to just mirror out and rush Landmo. Okay, Phaaze going to hopefully pick up his lamp soon. He's probably going to check Saha first and then go into Eastern.
So, yeah, Faye's going to be checking Saha. I believe this is where the Cane of Samaria was. This was the red closet. Piece of art, Cane of Samaria, 20 rupees. Telethar using that lamp in order to open up the rest of the Desert Palace. But Phaaze does not continue further.
No, Phaaze, please go into Eastern. I know I guess it's when you know it's a pendant, then it kind of makes you terrified to go in those dungeons. But we need Phaaze to go in there. I mean, I guess it's not technically, if he can find the fire rod, it's not technically needed, even though things are out of logic. I'm sure most of these runners are very comfortable doing the dark rooms they need to do, but some of those dark rooms can be really brutal.
And that is Telethar's second crystal.
All right.
So
What was
both
on
runners
Landmo?
2 crystals. Oh gosh. My apologies. What was on Landmo, chat?
Just rupees? Okay.
Just rupees.
Thank you to our wonderful tracker helping
and
cover our tracks here.
Ice Rod was you'll see Ice Rod very, very shortly. Just
yes,
very
Phaaze
luckily.
hasn't checked damn yet, so there it is.
There's the Ice Rod. You can see
what
it right
excellent
now.
timing. Well,
yeah, exactly. Very, very well done, chat.
Okay, we're gonna see Agina. A perfect time to check Agina here.
Whilst Phaaze is going to be checking Bombo's tablet and possibly checking Eastern Palace. Eastern Palace, Desert Palace, there being a piece of heart on Agina. So, Bombo's tablet has... Bombos?
Yeah. Watered down Bombos.
Just 3 bombs.
Discount Bombos on Bombo's tablet.
Yeah. So, Telethar going to Dark World. We'll see where he goes from here. Most of the Village of Outcasts in Thieves Town has been checked. Thieves Town still being a crystal. Trying to think. Well, no, there's nothing that would lead Telethar anywhere in this area, from my specific memory.
Yeah. But he's probably going to just clear out these things that he can. I would be surprised if he goes into Skull Woods just because you don't have the fire rod. And he's got other things he can do. I'll be curious to see how long it takes him to get to Bumper Ledge to pick up those flippers.
Yeah. Shouldn't take too long. Phaaze is going into Desert Palace. So these are checks that we have seen from both our runners. At this time, it's just, these runners are amazing. They do this for us. It's such great fun watching them run for us. And yeah, it's just amazing. If you like what you see, give both these runners a follow. You know, they really are putting on a show, and they really are, really good runners.
Completely agree.
So, yeah.
We'll see how... Well, was there something important here in Thieves Town? I cannot remember. I remember I might be getting that bleed where seeds are starting to bleed together for me because I've been watching a lot of these.
I've been checking both runners' inventory, and the only thing missing would be the Cane of Burner and the third sword. I couldn't remember what specifically where. I think the Cane of Burner is coming up soon.
And Bombos, of course. It's looking like. So maybe Bombos in here? I think it was. I could be wrong. And yeah, Flute was
check.
on Aghanim.
Well,
on the ledge. But, yeah.
Bombos is Skullwoods.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bombos was at Skullwoods. Heart piece here in this one.
Yeah, I haven't noted where the Cane of Burner is. So, there we go. Now Phaaze is going east, but is he going east enough?
Go east enough.
The question is, go more east. More east, Phaaze. More east.
Good.
Yes, you're on the appropriate level of easterness.
Maybe
go a bit west, just a little bit west.
Just a smidge. And
Not
get in there and get your lamp.
Yeah, okay, good. Good. Thank you, Phaaze.
And then do Aghanim. You got this, Phaaze. I believe in you.
So Phaaze going into Desert Palace means that there will be one check that we have not seen, and that check is on Amos Night, and that could be the Fire Rod.
And at Eastern Palace, not Desert, but...
Oh. I'm worried about my words. I meant Eastern Palace.
I knew what you meant.
Desert Palace. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're fired. Oh.
No.
Believe me, if that was a fireable offense, I would have been gone long ago.
So, Telethar about to face off against Blind. We will see what strats are used here. And
yes, here might see some cape strats, or we might just see them be awesome.
Telethar using sword hits. Blind saying tonight that Ganon is a bacon of despair. So there you go. And Phaaze defeating the Stalfos in the Stalfos room. Telethar getting his 20 rupees and his third crystal at 45 minutes and 15 seconds.
Things going decently smooth here for both runners, though Phaaze held up a little bit by this lamp he's about to get.
Yep. Okay. So that's the lamp, and chat saying, why on Eastern Palace boss when it could be on Pod boss?
True.
Okay, fine. You have a point. You have a point. I will not acknowledge this point that well, but you have a point.
Technically could be true, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see if Phaaze has intentions in the future of checking Pod. Phaaze did not save a portal here, so...
Oh yeah. It's not too difficult to go down south to use that portal, but yeah.
Phaaze saving and quitting. And
here's a sword upgrade for Telethar, so they're pretty close. The only big thing here is Telethar has been able to beat Aga already. And so that's exactly what Phaaze is going to do now, having gotten his lamp.
Okay, so, let's see where Telethar goes now. Phaaze facing off against Aghanim, now having that lamp. And Telethar going into Dark World. I don't know. Has Telethar done Hype Cave? He might have not.
He might not have.
And, so whilst Phaaze is making the Aghanim climb, Telethar is making his way through Hype Cave. Chat asking again, what's Ambrosia? Ambrosia, at the start, the uncle says where boots are. Both our runners have boots, so they definitely found boots in the Dark World, which is where the uncle said. And also the boss has a dedicated item. It cannot be a map, a compass, or a key. The boss must definitely have an item. and our runners start with a sword. The name ambrosia, as much as I've known from other people, is supposed to mean food of the gods.
Ah.
And that's 10. Well, I'm sure I saw that before.
Yes.
Deja vu.
Yeah, we're seeing the them retrace each other's steps here. While Telethar goes into Cave 45 to see a heart piece he's probably not going to pick up. Yeah. Just skip that. Who needs it? They've got plenty of life at this point, and they're experts at this game.
Yes. So, Telethar making his way to Dig Game, whilst Phaaze is making his way to face off against Aghanim. The reason both our runners need to face off against Aghanim is because the flute, which is what Telethar has, is on Lumberjack ledge.
Right. So after they're done checking each other's checks here and defeating Aghanim and all of that stuff, where do we go from here? What do we have available to us that we can do and complete?
I think it's got to be Pod.
There's Pod. There's also Ice Palace, because we know where the flippers are, and we can go get them. Although Telethar doesn't know where the flippers are just yet. So he's probably going to do the Smith chain here, which is we've seen with Phaaze. But I think we might see Ice Palace if Telethar finds his flippers on Bumper Ledge. I don't think he went to check.
Yeah, we'll see what Telethar exactly does, because if he does Smith chain to completion, that means that he will be doing Purple Chest.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we've seen.
Yeah, I think Phaaze decided to skip that, and Phaaze does now have the cape because he got it on the desert ledge earlier. And so because of this, he might know in the back of his mind, I can go get those flippers and I can go into Ice Palace right now. Whereas we might see Telethar, depending on what he decides to do here, that might be delayed a little bit for him. All right, yeah, we are going to see Purple Chest. What could be inside Purple Chest? Maybe one of the medallions we need? Maybe Shovel?
Maybe. No, we're not doing fetch quests.
Shovel
from one to another. Shovel to
nothing to only find out that it was a ped seed after all?
No.
We'll see. It's still technically in play.
So Telethar does find out about those flippers. Just taking the purple chest out for a stroll, it seems.
I'm glad he decided to do this. Because he's going to need those flippers. But that was a nice little move there. Save yourself a little bit of time by getting rid of the cape just on the tail end of that bumper there to get a boost.
Yep, definitely good movement from both our runners, and definitely good movement from Telethar in bumper ledge. So Telethar, I believe he hasn't done Bonkrops. Yep, he's mirroring across the Bonkrops.
Just trying to get as many of these overworld checks done as possible while taking that purple chest where it needs to go.
Yep, so Telethar getting 5 rupees. And let's see what Phaaze is doing. Oh yes, Phaaze is getting the flute from Bump. My mind is thinking bumper ledge. My heart is telling me it's lumberjack drop down.
Yeah.
I don't know which one do I trust.
The classic brain mouth swap. Yeah, I know it well. All right, I think we've seen this from Phaaze.
Yes, we definitely have, and we've seen King's Tomb because it wasn't the cape, however much I wished it to be the cape.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Vanilla cape there.
And
having trouble picking up that purple chest there for a minute, but he got it.
Chat definitely liking the Aga. So I guess we've got to hope for that then.
Yep, fingers crossed. I think Ether could be on Ped. It is technically possible. And they need Ether to get into Misery Mire.
Fire Rod can be on Ped.
Oh, that's right. They're still looking for the fire rod as well. So
Telethar making his way down to the dam is going to be checking purple chest and then bombos. So, is purple chest anything? It is an upgraded shield.
Yay!
That's not large. Well,
That's...
I mean, what I mean is that won't be helping in the logic.
Yeah.
You know.
They don't need it. All right, and we are going to see our first Ice Palace here, and I think Telethar might be heading to Ice Palace himself because he's got his boots. Everything they need to do it.
Yeah. So, yep.
10 arrows on there, so definitely not going to be going to get those.
So
oh no, we're going to see Zora here. And the cave, which, Phaaze didn't get a chance to get into this waterfall cave. So it's possible something's on there that could be orphaned later on.
So 2 checks here. Phaaze is facing off against the Pengators in Ice Palace. First chest is 50 rupees, and those are silvers.
Silver arrows. So this could be one of those cases where Phaaze just never goes back to check that, and Telethar gets a slight advantage on the Ganon fight.
So, yeah, I didn't see anything in Pengator room. So that will definitely be an advantage on the Ganon fight. It's gonna help a lot.
So it's possible that the hunt for Ether leads Phaaze back there, or Fire Rod for that matter. Either one of those items could lead Phaaze back to the Fairy Fountain Waterfall Cave. So we'll see if that ends up being the case, and that'll put them kind of back on even grounds. But yeah, as it stands now, having those silvers will help the Ganon fight considerably.
So, Phaaze did do the big key chest. I missed that for a second. Was anything on big key chest? Telethar is putting that mushroom in. And both our runners are on double shield. So that's 20 rupees for a mushroom. I barter a bit higher, but at the end of the day, we didn't really even check what kind of mushroom it was, so meh.
It could be something that makes you sick or see things, so...
Yeah, Phaaze dropping down, going to bottom. Did Phaaze pick up 2 items, and the last item is on Vitreous? I
think that's the case here. So that makes Ice Palace really quick, because especially if you've been counting your items, which I'm sure they are, you just rush the boss here. And of course, with Cane of Shenanigans, you're able to skip half the dungeon anyway, so. All right, Cold Stare getting separated there, but I'm pretty sure Phaaze will be able to beat Cold Stare nonetheless. But it does, when they get separated like that, it does make the boss fight go a lot longer than it could if you're able to keep them together and kind of force them into that corner.
And it seems as though Telethar will be making his way into Swamp Palace. And the third item is 300 rupees.
300 rupees, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I feel about Swamp Palace play when Ice Palace is a crystal and in logic for him right now. Because he has... No. Oh, yeah, because he has... No, he doesn't have bombos. That's right. He doesn't have bombos yet, which was... Where again? Where was by... It was Skull Woods.
Yes.
Oh, my God,
bombos
yeah.
Skull Woods.
Okay.
So, Phaaze is fluting away. And the first chest in Swamp Palace is a key. Just noticing the tracker. Misery Mire is Ether. So Ether could be on Ped.
Yes. Ether or would Fire Rod, unless one of the pendant dungeons you need Fire Rod to beat.
No, you wouldn't. The second check being the map. And yes, possibly not best to postulate worst case scenarios.
Yes.
Let's hope it's far better than this.
I don't know. For the sake of the lovely viewers at home that that enjoy these and make it all possible. We can't do it without you, lovely viewers at home. Let's hope it's an interesting and fun randomizer seed today.
Yeah. So 5 rupees is on Checkerboard Cave. I don't believe that's been checked before. I might be wrong, but might as well say it again if so. And it seems as though Phaaze is going to go to the back of Desert Palace. To get
Getting bonked there on his transition. It's so frustrating when that happens.
So the question with Telethar is, will he make the play of left side swamp? I mean, you have to if you go in and it's a pendant, right?
Yeah, I don't. Well, with an item being guaranteed on the boss, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the right play is ever. I don't know what the right play is ever. But these guys, yeah, you could make an argument for skipping it and just rushing the boss, especially since we don't know if pet is required. It may not be a waste of time to do this. But is Swamp Palace the green pendant or the?
It's the green pendant, yes.
Yeah, so there's even stronger argument to be made that, like, yeah, you might as well since you're in here, but I don't know, because the item being guaranteed on the boss is kind of what makes Ambrosia kind of challenging in that ways, because you're like, well, there might be an item on the boss, and it's a pendant, so I have to make a decision here on whether or not I commit the time to beat the boss, because it could be 20 rupees, or it could be my fire rod.
So Phaaze defeating Lammo, that is his 4th crystal, and that's at 59 minutes 20 seconds. Chat asking, so they're avoiding Eastern Palace. The thing is that both runners have gone. Ooh, that's the shovel left side swamp. Both runners have gone to Eastern Palace. They just don't like the Armos Knights for some reason, and that's the fire rod.
Okay, so that's going to. Yeah, he's going to just get out as soon as possible and go straight to Ice Palace now, which makes sense. So the left side play was a good idea, for sure.
Now I'm just trying to think. So that's the fire rod. We are ether away from go mode.
Yes, it
ether
appears to be
away.
The case. And so if Phaaze finds ether here in Palace of Darkness and then decides, I'm not sure how long Phaaze is going to put off Swamp Palace, knowing that it's a pendant. We saw him put off Eastern for quite a while, and that held him back in terms of the lamp. But if he does decide to go in there, then it may be the case that he's not going back to Waterfall Cave to get those silvers, and that will put Telethar just slightly at a very small advantage for the Ganon fight.
So, Telethar's in Ice Palace. Phaaze is doing pod, which are new checks. The first chest just having a key. There's a lot of keys in Palace of Darkness. 6 in total, so we'll be seeing quite a few of them. Just trying to note everything down, see what was there. The thing is that so Phaaze is missing the fire rod, and Telethar is missing Bombos.
Yep.
Well, Bombos... Telethar doesn't need to worry about Bombos because he's got the fire rod.
Yeah, we don't need Bombos for go mode, so he does have the fire rod and Skullwoods. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Telethar avoided Skullwoods altogether, which was the right play considering that you didn't have fire rod. Going in there, and there's like an item's on the boss, and so there's like maybe one thing you can get, which ended up being Bombos, but that's not a medallion that we need for this seed.
So Telethar is now doing Ice Palace. The only thing that would help Phaaze here, doing a bomb jump across, I think this is the Ice Tea Room. The only thing that will save Phaaze is exactly what appeared right now. That is the ether in Palace of Darkness. That was,
that's a good find.
Is so good for him, but the problem is
he's still hunting for that fire rod, though, which is going to hold him back.
which
I'm
is
not
left side
sure.
swamp.
And that's a nasty place for your last item to be.
I mean, the question is, when will Phaaze be going to swamp, and when will Telethar go to Palace of Darkness? Because,
Yeah.
you know, it all depends on that.
And it looks like Telethar is going to be completing a lot more of Ice Palace than Phaaze did, either not doing the same checks or not realizing that it's the last item's going to be on Cold Stare.
So yeah, not much to say here. We are in no mode. It just depends where each runner goes and what they do. Telethar, completing up Ice Palace, is about to face off against Cold Stare, and both our runners will be at 4-4. Telethar will be able to do everything but Misery Mire, and funnily enough, Phaaze will be able to do Misery Mire. Won't be able to do Skull Woods.
So I'm from here. From here, I think Telethar either goes Palace of Darkness or Skull Woods. Either way, as soon as he gets that ether, he's gonna know that he's in go mode, and he's gonna make a beeline for completing all of these crystals and not have to worry about counting his items and all that stuff. Just getting the big key and getting to the boss. So we'll see what he decides to do first, because it might impact how he plays Skull Woods if he gets ether first.
Yeah, just trying to think. So Phaaze is making his way to Misery Mire. Telethar is making his way to Skull Woods.
Yeah.
Phaaze, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do the bird toss? Yes
Let's
or no?
see.
The cutscene is going on.
Do it for the folks at home, Phaaze. No bird toss today.
No.
Perfectly respectable decision, though, of course. This is a pretty high stakes race. Yeah. I don't fault any of the runners for wanting to save as much time as possible.
Just checking my logic here. With regards to the fire rod, because there was a key on the first chest of Turtle Rock, does that mean that Turtle Rock could be completable without the... Oh, wait a second. No, of course. Trinex. What am I thinking? Yeah, yes, we need the fire rod for Trinex.
We definitely need it for Trinex. Trinex being the meanie that makes people have to hunt for the ice rod.
That's terrible, though. That means that a runner could, if I've got my thoughts right on it, full clear the whole of Turtle Rock, apart from Trinex, looking for ether in the... Well, no. Actually, that doesn't matter, because either you're Phaaze and you have ether, or you're Telethar and you have fire rod, so
yeah,
nobody's getting stuck in Turtle Rock. Phew.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Yeah, I feel like you're not going to Turtle Rock unless you can complete it at this point, I would imagine. And so they're going to be desperately hunting. Now, the main thing is that you might come to a conclusion like, logically or like, statistically, maybe it's more likely that Fire Rod is going to be inside of Turtle Rock, but it could only really be at the very beginning of it. So you'd have to be out of like every other thing to consider going in there without Fire Rod, I'd imagine. Unless you're just there like Telethar was, and it was convenient to go in and check. Maybe there's something early on that I need.
Yeah.
And we still don't know what was in Shovel, but we're not gonna know, I don't think, because, well, unless one of them decides to, because Phaaze still needs Fire Rod, and Telethar still needs Ether, but yeah. I'm sure he'll be completing dungeons before he goes to these out of the way checks.
So Telethar is up against Marthula. Marthula has been evading our runners by placing the fire rod in left side swamp, which was a pendant. But Marthula is down, giving a piece of heart and the 5th crystal for Telethar.
All right. Things are going to go pretty smoothly from here on out. I imagine Telethar just completes the dungeons he can complete and hope he finds ether along the way.
He's going to the basement of Misery Mire. Nice that he actually has the lamp this time.
Oh, we're
And
gonna see a
Telethar
ped
is
check.
gonna see Ped. Yes, what is
Wait,
on
no,
Ped?
because we are
Come
in
on,
no
what's
mode.
on
We know
Ped?
this is dead, but
It's
money.
rupees.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that could be a retirement fund, or maybe like a college fund for a future child or something. He might need to go back for that. We'll
Yeah,
see.
he really might need to go
Might
back
have to
for
go
that.
clear those ped dungeons.
Hmm.
Pendant dungeons, rather.
So, yep. So, Phaaze making his way through the dark rooms. Telethar going to be checking the front of Swamp Palace. And, yeah. They're roughly similar on crystals. They're, they've done different checks, so there's divergence. That means the difference here. It's just when will Phaaze go to left side swamp, and when will Telethar go into pod?
Yeah, and I think it's much more likely we'll see Telethar in pod than Phaaze in left side swamp, but I could be wrong.
I mean, the issue is that will Phaaze take a turtle rock? I will dip as much as I possibly can, and then get outplay. Telethar is, and actually same for Telethar. Although Telethar can complete Turtle Rock, so
Yeah, he's going to be doing that now and hope that he finds Ether. But after Turtle Rock, he's going to go to Pod. So right now, Telethar's not losing any time. Phaaze still needs to go pick up his flippers from Bumper Ledge, which is going to even allow him to get into Swamp. So the longer he puts that off, then he's going to be even worse off. So,
I mean, maybe my thoughts on it are wrong, but Telethar's definitely going to lose a Death Mountain climb worth of time here. Because he'll need to go up Death Mountain again to get to GT. Because TR is normally routed in with it. Again, I might be wrong.
Yeah. That's a good point, and that's what I think maybe Pod is a stronger play here, even though Telethar can complete it. But again, Palace of Darkness being a pendant, the runners are going to be very hesitant to go in.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we don't know. Go mode for both is on the opposite pendant dungeon that they each dipped. So, and you don't want to dip too many times before you start feeling like, okay, I've got dungeons I can complete. There's no sense in going in there.
Yes, as far as I know, Telethar did get Fire Rod and Peace out of Swamp Palace. And yeah, we know where everything is, so I'm not going to be saying what each chest is now, because it's nothing unless there's this secret, very powerful item that I have never seen before.
The fabled 1/4 magic. That's in the dig spot.
So Phaaze redeeming purple chest doesn't have flippers, is going to glitch.
He knows where flippers are, though. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to pick them up.
Yeah.
But it might technically be faster to do this than to go through Bumper Cave or Bumper Ledge to get your flippers. I don't know.
The good news about this is that Phaaze will be picking up his silvers very shortly.
Yeah, so no advantage for Telethar on the Ganon fight here.
So yeah.
So yeah, it's probably just faster to fake flipper than it is to go pick up the flippers. But the problem is, like, he's definitely going to need those flippers in order to get Fire Rod, which is in the left side of Swamp.
Yeah.
There's no fake flippering in Swamp, so that's going to be a problem for him the longer he puts this off.
So it does all go down to the flippers. I mean, when I thought of it, I was like, he's got the cape. He knows where flippers are. He can choose to go to flippers at any point. But if Phaaze thinks, wait, I don't need the flippers, Swamp Palace is a pendant, then
he might be thinking, oh, this is a
gone.
flipperless seed for me because I can fake flipper these checks. And that's really gonna put him behind if he doesn't realize that he's gonna need to go into swamp. If he last location swamp, then
Yeah.
that's gonna be a big problem. Though we might see something similar here with Telethar. We don't know how long until he decides to go into pod to pick up his ether. So
Yeah.
not particularly nice putting those go mode items in these pendant dungeons, but that's the beauty of Randomizer.
Chat saying specifically, because I think this is completely correct on Phase's side, that we know he knew, but we don't know if he knows he knew.
Yes,
There's
that's very
so
meta.
much knowing on this.
Yeah, we don't know if he knew what we know. He knows that we know he knows. So we'll see what he knows in the future, and maybe we can ask him what he knew, what he thought he knew. I know he knows. We'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah, definitely. So Phaaze is going to be making his way Turtle Rock.
This is not good for Phaaze. This is not good
terrible.
for Phaaze.
I don't believe anything locks him out of Laser Bridge. And Swamp Palace being in the Dark World, this is terrible. Because Phaaze could do a check in the Light World, but he cannot just go off Laser Bridge and go to Swamp Palace. This is a lot of time lost.
So whatever advantage he would have had for the double mountain climb that you mentioned earlier is gone now. And he's gonna have to go back. There's just no way around it. And like you said, he's gonna go all the way to Laser Bridge, realize he can't complete it because he doesn't have Fire Rod, and then then at that point his options are, I gotta start dipping these pendant dungeons, or I gotta he might finish Eastern because there's a guaranteed item on the boss. And I'm beginning to see why these runners hate Ambrosia.
Just to clarify, chat saying so, I probably got this wrong, and that's probably why Telethar dipped out after Chain Chomp. Supposedly there aren't enough keys past Chain Chomp Room.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so he won't be able to go all the way. That'll at least force him to look somewhere else, which is honestly, that's what he needs right now, because he needs to be convinced to go to Swamp Palace. But can't do that until he gets his flippers, which are on Bumper Ledge, and I can't imagine he's in a rush to go get those.
Yeah. So Telethar defeating the first phase of Shrine X.
Rather quickly, I might add.
Yeah, really good. Getting some hits off and defeats Shrine X in 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 15 seconds. That is his 6th crystal. All we're waiting for Telethar is Maya, and sorry, Maya, I mean Ether, that gives access to Maya. Not Maya that gives access to Ether.
That'd be quite. That's inverted. You're thinking of. That's not how the inverted works.
That is not inverted logic. Full disclaimer again. Second full disclaimer. This game.
You're fired. I'm not coming ever again. I've lost my privileges.
In all fairness, Maya could have Ether in another seed, but Maya being Ether cannot have Ether in this specific mode.
Absolutely.
Specific mode.
So we're gonna see Spike Cave. He's hoping Ether's here, but this is gonna be who goes where, when, and how, because we need Phaaze. It looks like he's gonna pick up his flippers here. So
yes, get the flippers.
Please.
Get the flippers. Phaaze,
thank you. Thank you, Phaaze.
You know the truth.
Haha.
So, Telethar mirroring at Pyramid and fluting away, going to 4.
Oh, that's not where we want to see him warp to. Yeah, he's going to check the dig spot. We need him to go into Palace of Darkness, so now that Phaaze is getting flippers, I can't imagine he's going anywhere other than Swamp Palace at this point, and if he checks the left side, then that's going to be go mode for him.
So Phaaze is going down. Ooh, this is good. Dig spot being 50 rupees. Phaaze looks as if he's going into Swamp Palace, which is the right call. We will see what Telethar does. Telethar has not completed Swamp Palace. So, what is Telethar doing? Ooh, this doesn't look good.
Oh, is he gonna go try and
Telethar.
complete? He might be
He
thinking
might,
he needs
yeah.
to complete Swamp Palace because there's another item on the boss, and then it's the green pendant, so he can turn that into Saha. So, but
Or is he running towards Pod? Is he?
no, where's he going
There is
now?
Big Bomb. There's Big Bomb.
Oh, he's gonna check the big
Forgot
bomb.
about that. So,
yeah, he's probably going to do the Pyramid Fairy and then go into Palace of Darkness. But that's going to be a big waste of time. There's a lot of checks in Pod, so
there's a lot of checks in Swamp Palace, though. I would say that Big Bomb just gives a slight advantage to Phaaze. I think that Phaaze will get the Fire Rod before Telethar gets the Ether Tablet. Although, something that I have not noticed as much is Telethar's on his 6th crystal. Phaaze isn't. So
Phaaze still has to do Skull Woods, I believe, because he dipped into Skull Woods early, and then he realized there's nothing I can do here. I'm gonna go check other things. So he's still got that to complete. He's still got to complete Turtle Rock. So if Telethar goes into Palace of Darkness and gets his Ether, which is it's up front, like if he decides to go to the left side of Pod first, which I think you can do, then he'll get his Ether Tablet pretty quickly. And then, or Ether Medallion, and then he's just Mire away from Ganon's tower.
I'm just not sure. Because I do think Telethar is behind, if we don't count dungeons, which is a silly thing to say, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The question is, how long does Swamp Palace take? Chat, where was the Swamp Palace take? How long does Misery Maya take? Chat, where was the Misery Maya big key? Because that might matter here. Seriously.
Yeah, it might be because if it's a God Mire, then he'll be in go mode, obviously, going into it, whereas Phaaze was not in go mode. He was still searching for Fire Rod.
He's gonna check the Phaaze is going to the back first.
Yeah, he's skipping back here, which is not what you want to see. Telethar made the right decision by checking the... But, I mean, doing it this way makes a lot of sense in Ambrosia is the problem. You know, 'cause, like, it makes sense to do this. You know there's an item. There's a lot of checks back here, and you know there's an item on the boss. So, like, statistically speaking, you're likely to find what you need back here. It's just unfortunate that's not how the seed decided to make things. So now Telethar and Pod going to pick up Ether pretty soon. He's going to get this key here, and then he's probably going to mirror out and then go left side. Well, let's hope it goes... No, he's going to do the middle here. Yeah, he's going to do the middle here. So it looks like very similar routing to what Phaaze did in Palace of Darkness.
So we'll just have to see. I mean, I still think there's a race here. I still think there's a race. I think Phaaze is quite behind from having to double, well, not double dip Swamp Palace, but you know what I mean. And the amount of dungeons Telethar has done is more than Phaaze. But I don't think it's out of possibilities. We do still have GT routing. And
there's the big key. The more he goes into this without going to the left side, the longer he's going to be delayed here. Telethar, because if I'm not mistaken, Ether was it was on the left side.
It was on the right side, past the
the right side. Yeah.
So
I've been saying left side this whole time so confidently. I know my left from right. Yeah.
The thing is that it's left side swamp, but right side pod.
Yeah. Lots of sides.
You have one item on the left, one item on the right.
I'm gonna start doing north, south, east, and west. So get ready for it.
Careless Rex. I'm stuck in the middle with you.
Okay, very well stated. I see. Oh man, exasperated sigh here. Oh, Goron.
Technically, by the way, chat, I won't spoil you the race, but I kind of co-commed alongside Udai Monistic, who absolutely loves his puns. So if you've noticed a change in me, it's that. My apologies to all viewers. Okay.
You've been influenced. You've been tainted, Goron.
Yes, I'm tainted now.
You're tainted by the pun.
So Ether is right side pod, not left side.
Yes.
And Phaaze about to do left side swamp.
All right. Come on, Telethar. Get to the right side. There, I said it correctly this time.
There shouldn't be too much left for Telethar. In all fairness, I just want Phaaze to be a bit quicker because then the race is on.
Yes. I like it when it's a close race for sure.
Yeah. And this race is for all the marbles. Like, I cannot understate how big this race is.
Yeah, both runners really need to win this.
You are safe if you win this race, both on 3 wins. A 4th win will grant them safety. We don't know if it'll be first or second, but it will grant them safety at the very least. Yeah. Like, this is big.
Yep, and he's about to get his ether right
Telethar,
now.
wait a second, then it would be synced. Telethar gets his ether. Telethar is in go mode right now, whilst Phaaze makes the drop down and is about to get his fire rod. Telethar definitely in the lead. Phaaze is not out of the running yet.
Yeah, it's going to depend. I mean, because it doesn't take too long to get through Skull Woods, which I believe is the... but he's also got to do Turtle Rock too, so yeah, he's pretty far behind.
Phaaze is behind.
It's not going to take that long for Telethar to get through Mire, unless something catastrophic happens.
Yeah, exactly. Telethar having the silver arrows, which
now,
are deadly to Victorious.
Here's the question.
Will we see a bird
throw? Bird toss question mark?
No. Okay.
Again, there's a lot on the line for both runners. I don't blame either one for wanting to save the time. But no bird toss for the viewers at home.
But yeah. Welcome SpeedGaming with a raid of 193. Welcome viewers. We are in Ambrosia. Both our runners have reached go mode. Phaaze is 1 crystal behind. And yeah, I'd say the race is still on, but it's... The best way to put it is it's more Telethar's race to lose at this point, sadly.
Yes, Telethar is... It definitely, all he needs to do is not make any big mistakes, and he shouldn't have any problem clutching victory here.
So yeah. Yeah, it's Ambrosia. What happens in Ambrosia, there is a guaranteed item on the boss. All runners start with the fighter sword, and Uncle says where the boots are, and the boots were in the Dark World, was what Uncle said. And both
not
runners
a very
have the boots.
specific hint, but the runners found it just the same.
And yeah, so Phaaze making his way to Mothula, whilst Telethar is checking the torch room.
He's just searching desperately for that big key. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might have... well, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Now, I know that Phaaze ended up doing the torches and waiting on that horrendous cutscene that takes 3 years to get through.
And that is Mothula down. That is
there's
Phaze's
the big key.
crystal. Telethar's got the big key. Now,
I have not seen that trick before. Just skip through there.
So, yeah. So for Phaaze, this mountain climb is not time lost nor time gained, because Telethar has to climb the mountain as well. But it really comes down to when Telethar makes his way to the Turtle Rock portal, will Phaaze be there to greet Telethar? I mean, I know these
they might decide to co-op for the rest of it and finish Ganon together. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
And now we've just changed the whole tournament into a co-op tournament.
Yeah. Can't imagine that'd be a very... a very exciting one to watch as a co-op. I would like to see co-op races, though. That'd be pretty cool. Have a couple teams racing against other teams. That'd be fun. Yeah,
that should be good. I believe Telethar's doing the spooky action glitch. Telethar having a little bit of a trouble in the dark rooms means that Phaaze is saving a little bit of time. Phaaze not being dead rot.
Yeah.
And
Thankfully. Because
yeah.
Phaaze needs all the help he can get at this point.
So Phaaze is taking that portal. And yeah, he's gonna go in Turtle Rock. This is a go mode Turtle Rock. If only this was in Vertices. If only this would be a neck and neck.
Careful there,
Telethar.
Telethar.
Half a heart. And
okay, he's fine.
Citrus. Yeah, if Telethar would have died there, that would have meant that Phaaze would probably be on the same footing.
Yeah.
Telethar getting his 7th crystal. You know what time it is, chat. I know what time it is. We all know what time it is. Get your guesses in for the GT Big Key. Guesses 1 to 22.
I always guess 4, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I will go 2 this time. Although I just noticed our tracker went for 2 as well, so...
Well, you can't do it now. You gotta pick a different one. You're not allowed to pick the same one.
So... Yep, Phaaze is in the front of Turtle Rock. Telethar is making his way up the mountain. It seems as though there's no contest. GT routing may be an important factor here, but for now, Telethar will be way up that mountain before Trinex is defeated. It's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, so we are likely to see Telethar win this one, but I've seen a lead go away through a Ganon fall before, so we don't know.
No, not a Ganon fall. You said it now.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
If it happens,
it's still your fault, Goron. If it happens, I'm just gonna blame you.
So Phaaze is in a lava room in Turtle Rock. Still checking stuff for the big key, whilst Telethar is about to make his way into Ganon's tower. So, yeah.
It's definitely 4.
I will time this. So I'll time the entry, and I'll time the entry of Phaaze, but it's got to be a couple of minutes. It's certainly got to be a couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah. It feels that way, for sure.
So get your guesses in, because guesses are done now. 129.58 for Telethar. We will be saying 1 to 22, alternating. Is that okay, Careless? So 1 is the torch, so you'll do 2.
Works for me. So yeah, definitely was a 1. It's going to be. Oh, okay. We're gonna get 2 here in just a moment. Is it gonna be 2?
Telethar,
which side does he go first? Here we go.
First.
Oh, not 2.
And 3 being a small key.
Not 4. Well.
And 5 being a small key, so we're both out. And the race. I don't want to see what the other what number between 6 and 22 it is.
That was 6.
That was bad. I'm sorry, I was joking there. I was just like, you know.
I'm like, I am not losing count this race. I'm going to know exactly how many checks. I think we're on this next one. We're on 8. Yeah, okay.
We're on 8.
You're better at counting than I am, Goran, because it's so easy for me to be like, I don't know, I forgot already. I don't know how many.
Thank you, SpeedGaming 3 for the raid with the party of 64. Telethar is ahead of Phaaze. This is an important match. Either one who wins. That's 11 and that's 12.
Ooh. Okay, so, 4th sword upgrade. That's going to make Ganon even quicker.
Yep. Telethar getting that small key and mirroring out. So we'll see where he goes now. And,
yeah. It's going to be back here somewhere. It's got to be.
My prediction will be 13 to 22.
0 to 21.
And
there it
it's
is.
13. See, I
Okay.
said 13 at the start of 13 to 22.
Nice. Well,
So who was 13?
well done.
Let me see. 13, Leave Me Alone was 13. And also, yeah. So congratulations, Leave Me Alone.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's big.
You get our adoration and free rando seeds for life.
You are the best Ganon big key counter of this seed.
Yes, definitely.
All right, we're going to see the gauntlet here. And barring anything catastrophic, then Telethar is in a healthy lead.
Chat saying, isn't that 12? I'm pretty sure I counted it as 13. I mean, if we can get an independent... Well...
Yeah, we might need to get a lawyer involved in this one. Do you have any lawyers in chat? Join the call. We need you.
It was 12. Well,
it was 12. Okay.
Sorry, everybody. Congratulations.
Yeah, I've been saying that this whole time, Goran. It's 12. Oh, I'm so disappointed. All right. You know what? The person who guessed 13 can still have the internet points. We won't take them back from you.
Well, I mean, you know, you both. I'll give 12 personal. Sorry, I'll give 13 personal adoration. And yeah. I did already say, but both can get free rando seats for life, so it's not gonna change anything, really.
Honestly, listen, I'm gonna make an unofficial announcement here. I might get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna just give out extra internet points to anybody that said 13 or 12. So there's 5 internet points for all people that chose either one. And I just don't tell the higher ups about this, okay? Just keep that between you and me, chat.
Okay. Phaaze making it in 134.20. I believe it was 130.58. So that's 3.5 minutes. Yeah. It's possible for Phaaze to catch up, but it's not.
Yep. It's going to take a big mistake from Telethar, but it can happen.
So, Telethar defeating the second row of lamp.
Can't tell you how many times as a kid I failed that and cried and told my mom that I hate video games.
The one thing about the climb that I didn't like was the fact that it told me, oh wait, you can actually bonk. Because that was using the boots to, hover over things, the hover room. So Telethar has defeated Moldom too.
Yep, Moldom not giving him any problems.
Ignores the final chest. I mean,
the monster. There could have been arrows in there. I don't blame him.
But yeah,
what, you got silvers and your upgraded sword. I can't imagine they know where the boomerang is too. They skipped both boomerangs, by the way, just so everybody knows. I'm appalled. I'm shocked even.
Phaaze getting his big key whilst Telethar is defeating Aghanim. I believe Phaaze actually checked, was a bit luckier in his check, so Phaaze is a little bit less behind now. Telethar only on 2.5 hearts.
Be careful there,
worrying because
this is the thing that could make him lose it. But now he got that triple there. Actually, really well done, because I think that was the second triple hit he got. I could be mistaken, but it looked like he did that Aghanim fight pretty well.
Yep. So definitely a good Aghanim fight from Telethar. And Telethar is about to face off against Ganon.
All right. And that's all he needs to do is just not do a Ganon fall twice.
I don't want to think about it, okay?
We'll see if he dies here, because he got full upgrade, it looks like, for his armor. So I'm not sure how many hits he can tank with 2.5 hearts. But
he might still have a fairy in the bottle.
Yeah, that's true.
that we're not thinking about. So Telethar makes his way down the first and second phase of Ganon.
That's one hit.
Has been hit once by a fire bat. Yeah, this
He
is
says
worrying.
half a heart? That's plenty of life. I don't need anything. All you need is one. Or half. All you need is half a heart to beat this game, technically.
3 more hits for phase 3, and then 4 silver arrow hits on phase 4, and Telethar's got this. And that is phase 3 done with regards to Ganon.
Yep, silver is your one weakness, Ganon. You better watch out.
1 silver hit.
He's getting a little low there.
And how many more? 2, 3. Oh, not 4, not 4. 4, get your
there
GGs
it
ready
is,
in
and
the chat.
Telethar defeating Ganon. Lovely. Get your GGs in chat. Well done, Telethar. And well done to Phaaze as well, who's going to be finishing up shortly here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No stairfall today. So.
And we'll see if we can get Telethar in for an interview. And as soon as Phaaze finishes, we'll see if we'll get Phaaze in for an interview. This has also been streamed on SpeedGaming Deutsch. So what that means is that they might be doing their interviews there. I don't know exactly what's happening, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But regardless, a great showing by both runners. So if you liked what you saw, be sure to go give both of them a follow. And a big shout out to our tracker as well. She did an amazing job. So thank you so much.
Yep. GG's, Telethar.
All right, we're going to see Phaaze go through Moldorm here. See if Phaaze has any problems with Moldorm. Okay, he's being a little bit ornery. There we go. Moldorm down.
Definitely.
And so that just leaves the rest of the gauntlet here, and then Aghanim.
And yeah. Nice to see Phaaze continuing this on, finishing it to completion. It's always good to defeat Ganon.
This was a rough one for both runners, with either one's go mode being in a pendant dungeon. What an interesting turn of events that led them on. Yeah. Both led them on Wild Goose Chase, though Telethar was able to figure out where his go mode item was before Phaaze.
Yeah.
Are there any moments that stood out to you, Goron?
Seeing that bow on Ether tablet.
Yeah.
It really made me worry that there was something on Almost Nights, which neither of our runners kept. That really
because you needed
that
to get back there on an Eastern, which could have been a thing for sure. And what makes Ambrosia such a bittersweet mode to play in.
Yeah,
for sure. I like watching Ambrosia. I like calming Ambrosia. I can't imagine I would enjoy playing Ambrosia too much.
I just find it funny that it's another Agaseed as well.
Yeah, this was an Agaseed for sure.
From a personal level, I've calmed quite a few Agaseeds in Ambrosia.
Oh, you have the? Are you? What does that mean? You're good luck or bad luck? What does that mean?
I don't know. I shouldn't think
I guess
of it like
it remains to be seen.
It seems
so
as though Ambrosia.
If you're a runner and you see Goron's name, be prepared to do Haga, apparently.
No. So Phaaze makes his way into the third phase.
Nice. Okay. You know what? Well done. Good pun there, Goron. You're not allowed to come with what was his name again? He rubbed off. You're not allowed anymore. Yeah, you can't come with him anymore.
But yeah, we will see if we'll get Telethar chatting in here. We will see what's happening. That's Phase's fourth.
Well done, Phaaze.
Ganon. Get your GGs ready for Phaaze.
Looks like he was about 4 minutes away apart. Hello.
Hello?
How's it going?
It's good. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
GG's, Telethar.
GG's to Phaaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys both did really well. How did you feel, Telthar, about your go mode item?
Felt okay. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a pendant dungeon that we didn't really have a lot of incentive to go towards early, so I wasn't too concerned. I thought there was a reasonable chance that Phaaze was also late to it. The other
Yeah.
thing was that the other go mode, which ended up being his actual go mode, was Fire Rod, which was
Yeah.
also in a pendant dungeon, but also behind a big chain of. And you're not going to do Aga probably before you get the lamp or Fire Rod, so that's also behind a pendant dungeon. So it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like. The seed
It was a
threw
little mean.
bunch of progression at you right away, but then the last pieces of progression were pretty much guaranteed to be next to last located. So I wasn't too worried. I thought I was pretty efficient with my routing. I thought everything worked out pretty well in terms of like not orphaning checks, not having to go back. I was obviously not feeling comfortable next to last locating my items, but it was okay.
So, yeah, GG's Phase. How did you find this seed?
So at the start, I had a pretty good feeling that Lamp was gonna be in Eastern Asaha. And I knew that the whole time. But the way I routed it was I tried to find Fire Rod somewhere and just skip going to Eastern area at all.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like at that point I was Fire Rod from go mode if Maya wasn't either.
Yeah, that's correct. And you ended up finding Ether before Telethar did. And so Ether was Telethar's go mode and Fire Rod was yours. How'd you feel about Fire Rod's location?
Pretty bad.
Yeah. It was left side swamp for those of you at home. Left side swamp, and swamp was a green pendant.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was a pet seed, but in all but name, because you had to dip Eastern for the lamp, Pod for Ether, and Swamp Palace for that Fire Rod. No dungeon needed to be left here.
True.
Yeah, the seed wanted you to at least touch every dungeon.
Yep.
So, what were your let me think. I believe it was you, Phaaze. What were your thoughts? Were you putting off the flute, or what were you thinking? Because at that point, I thought like it was about 30-40 minutes in. We knew that you saw the flute, but there were just so many Dark World checks. Did you think that it would be good to get better equipment before Aga, or what was your what were your thoughts on it?
Just a fire source. I'm not doing Aga without anything.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you. not having that lamp, because I believe Telethar did go get lamp at that point, and so he just rushed Aga once he had lamp. But you were at that time you were still searching for a fire source. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I went to Eastern before climbing the mountain, hoping to get Moon Pearl before going up there. But it turns out it was just lamp in Eastern area, which worked out great because then I was able to do Aga right after getting all the stuff on the mountain.
Yep.
Yep, and then I remember, Phaaze, you found flippers before you could get them. You saw them on the ledge.
Yeah.
And yeah, Telethar, on the other hand, had gotten Cape by the time he went to go check, so that was a convenient thing for him. It was just another one of those things that, I know you were putting off going to those flippers. Were you thinking this could possibly be a flipperless seed?
Yeah, exactly. Because like the only thing that flippers were really needed for was swamp. And like I knew at that point that flippers were in logic, so I went to Ice Palace and also did the other flipper checks. Just didn't want to spend the time to get flippers themselves. only for Swamp, which might not be required when I still had Pot open and Desert and Mire.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was the right play, but unfortunately, the seed had
Worked
other
out.
plans. Because I was like, yeah, it makes sense. He could just skip flippers, but unfortunately, we knew that the Fire Rod was in Swamp Palace by then, so we were like, oh, please, Phaaze, go get your flippers.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh yeah, something we were talking about because sadly nobody had the flute whilst both of you were doing Purple Chest, or at least one of you didn't have the flute. What were your thoughts on just carrying that Purple Chest along? Because I know one of you
I
at the very
had
least
flute.
did graveyard ledge and whatnot.
Yeah, I had flute. I took Purple Chest up north to and that's where I got my flippers. Did Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks, and then fluted down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew where flute is, so if I'm getting it, I can do Purple Chest with it and adjusted Smith and the other stuff before that. So I only left Purple Chest just for the time when I get flute. So that wasn't a big issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, just didn't work out today.
Yeah,
Really.
Yeah.
it was a bad seed for sure. Like there was just you had to go to all the bad places, and I just happened to pick a route which sort of didn't force me to backtrack much.
Mm.
Yeah, it came down to, because you both played, obviously you both played really well. It just came down to routing, and I don't know that there was any particular decision that was that we thought, that's what, now why would they do that, right? Like I can't say there were too many actual mistakes made. It's just the way the randomizer goes sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like at this level, it's just like the order in things in which you do the checks sometimes ends up in your favor or not. That's
Yeah, it's
just
just that lamp happened to. You knew you were skipping lamp, but it happened to just also delay your flute, which delayed your cape, which delayed your flippers, which delayed your fire rod. So it's just that's the chain that happened to happen because
Very
of this
series of unfortunate events for sure.
Because like if I find fire rod somewhere along the checks that I made, then I go Aga to get my flute. I can finish Ice Palace, Mire, if it wasn't Ether. Finish Mire, Desert, Skull Woods, and then I'm in go mode and TR, and that's it. And I can skip so many things. Like I can go mode 5 crystal dungeons.
If Fire
like
Rod just
insane.
wasn't in Swamp Palace, that would have been, I mean, it definitely is a great plan that I hadn't even considered until you explained it here. So it's just unfortunate it was in Left Side Swamp.
Yep. But yeah, it's rando. It's part of the deal, so you have to live with it. Accept that sometimes you find a route, sometimes you don't.
That's true.
It is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Telethar is qualified for brackets now. I'm like 95% out.
I think
That's the way our group ended up being.
I think you have like a little better chance than that, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah. I mean,
you're up in limbo now.
Phaaze, Telethar, you know this group better than we do because you're actually in this group. Would you mind exactly explaining how it works? I explained it at the start, but I know that whether you qualify or not, Phaaze, is dependent upon other people at this moment.
Yeah, so Telethar is 4-2 now, so he's safe to make it to brackets. Also safe for first place, I think.
Yeah, winner of this was first.
And I'm 3-3 now, and Mr. Scruff and Aaron's Nerd are both 2-2. So if one of them wins both, they qualify. If they go 1-1, then
No, I don't think that's right. I think
Yeah.
Scruff is 2-2 right now, and Aaron is 1-2 right now, or 1-3 right now.
Yeah.
So if
Right.
if Scruff wins either of his matches, then he wins. He'll be 3-3 as well, at least. At which point it comes down to the tiebreaker rules, and since he has a better record versus me, he will be above Phaaze in the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
But if Aaron goes 2-0 versus Scruff, then Aaron's 3-0, or sorry, Aaron's 3-3, Scruff is 2-4. But Aaron has a losing record versus Phaaze in the head-to-head.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't have much more to say. I mean, I liked watching both of you run. I saw like the thing I love about Ambrosia is seeing Escape and seeing, you two and your optimizations in every single movement. It was absolutely lovely seeing that, and just thank you so much for running. Do you have any more questions, Careless Rex?
Nope, I am out of questions. Just a big thank you to the runners, to our wonderful tracker, Maid Walkard, who did a fantastic job, my fellow commentator Goron, who was a joy to com with, and all the lovely people that watched that made this whole thing just a lot of fun. And big, huge shout out to our runners who did an awesome job. So make sure you guys go follow everybody, and we'll see you for the next race.
Yeah. Well, I'll finish up here. First of all, the thing that I forgot to ask, Phaaze, Telethar, is there anything else you two want to say?
No, just thanks to everyone.
Yeah,
GG's
thanks for the
Phaaze.
restream.
Okay then. Well, thank you ever so much, Phaaze and Telethar, for running this. Thank you for co-calming with me, Careless Rex.
Always a pleasure.
and same. And thank you, Maid Walker, for tracking. It's really such an unsung job.
It really
It's
is.
amazing. It's amazing to have you track for us. It's helped us so much throughout all of this. So thank you ever so much. Again, thank you for SpeedGaming for, well, restreaming this. And yeah, just thank you, everybody. I can't say enough. There are things that I am going to look up now before heading off completely. And that is, I'm trying to look at the schedules. The schedules say that we're in a bit of a... there's not much on SpeedGaming, although it says in, I think, like 4 minutes, there's another link to past tournament race. And looking on the tournament itself, because I'm just looking on that, happening now, it says this must be the race. It's Coxler versus Paradox 64. Oh, no, that's a multi-stream, and there's Ninjembro versus Cool Papa Bell coming up. In about 1 hour, there's McMonkey versus Jay Misha. And in 2 hours, there's Willa J. Bradley versus me and DM. So that's all some really good stuff. Make sure to follow SpeedGaming 1 to 5 and a link to Pass 1 to 6. Thank you, everybody, ever so much. And yeah, good night, everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye. Thank you.